In this session, we are going to study about the stem. So, if you remember, in the previous lectures, we studied about the root. The root was the underground part of the plant. So, if this is the soil, then the part of the plant which stays beneath the soil is the root. Similarly, opposite to the root is the stem, which grows above the soil. So, the stem or the shoot is the part of the plant which grows above the soil, or it is the aerial part of the plant, the stem or the shoot. Now, we also remember that the stem develops from the plumule of the embryo. When we studied about the root, we saw that the root developed from the radicle of the embryo. So, let us revise one more time. If this is an embryo of a dicot, these are the two cotyledons. This is the embryonal axis. This is the radicle which forms the root, and this is the plumule which forms the shoot or stem of the plant. So we can say that stem is the aerial part of the plant, or the part which grows vertically upwards from the soil, and it develops from the plumule of the embryo of a germinating seed. Now the stem bears branches, leaves, flowers, and also fruits. We will study about the main characteristics of the stem. So let us see about some more characteristics of it. So if we look at a stem, then the main characteristic of a stem which help us identify that this is a stem and not a root is the presence of nodes and internodes. So we will find nodes and internodes on a stem. Now what is a node? Node is the part of the stem from where the leaves arise. So if leaves arise from here on the stem, then this part is a node. So all these parts are the nodes. The leaves will arise from here. And the portion between two nodes is called an internode. So, node and internode is an important characteristic of the stem. Node is that portion from which the leaves arise or leaves develops on the stem. And internode is the portion between two nodes. Alright? So, a stem can have buds also. Two types of buds may be found in a stem. So if this is a stem and it has a branch, so a bud can be found here at the axil. Suppose this is the node and there's a leaf developing from here. And this is the axil. Axil is the portion between the stem and the leaf. So this is the leaf and this is the stem. And this is the angular portion between the leaf and the stem. So this is called axil. and a bud is present on the axil, which is called axillary bud. A stem will be present, a bud will be present on the axil, which will be called an axillary bud. This axillary bud can form a branch. It can also form a flower, or it can form more leaves. It is a type of lateral bud. Then there is another type of bud, which is the terminal bud. So if this is a stem and this is a branch, then the terminal bud would be formed at the apex of the branch. This will be the terminal bud. Now this terminal bud is responsible for the vertical growth of the stem. Okay, so this will be the leaves. And close to the leaves at each axil, there will be an axillary bud. So these two types of buds will be found on the stem, axillary bud and terminal bud. Terminal bud will be found at the apex of the stem, which is responsible for the vertical growth of the stem, and axillary bud will be found at the axil of the leaf. Axil is the angle between the stem and the leaf. Therefore, it is called axillary bud. An axillary bud may grow into a branch, a flower, or more leaves. Alright. Now, if we look at the stem, a young stem is generally green. Young stem is generally green in color. But when it grows and ages, it becomes woody and brown. When it grows and ages, it becomes a bit thick, woody and brown. So the young stem is green in color, and the old or the grown one is brown and woody. Now, if we look at the functions of a stem, the main function is to bear branches, flowers, fruits, and leaves. Now, besides this function, some of the stems also perform different functions when they undergo certain modifications. So we will study about those modifications in the next lecture in a bit more detail. The main function is to bear branches, flowers, fruits, and leaves. So if this is the stem, which is the aerial part of the plant, we just now studied that stem have nodes and internodes. Nodes are the portions from where leaves arise. Then the stem may bear branches. The stem can have flowers. It can also have fruits. Suppose this is a fruit. So these are the main functions of the stem: to bear branches, flowers, fruits and leaves. Besides that, there are certain other modifications of the stem which carry out different functions also. So we will study about that in the next lecture. I hope all this concept is clear to you. Thank you so much.